All right, welcome everybody. It is Monday, December 14th. My name is Mary Beth Fleming and I'm a Red Diamond here with Purium. I'm super excited for today's call. We're going to have quite a few great shares, and really the purpose of our Monday calls is to be more or less an onboarding call for new people. But like I was saying earlier, it's such a great call to come to every week and just get the repetition, because repetition is so key in this business. So today we are going to be opening with a little meditation, and we're going to get into some of the systems and campaigns that we can currently be leveraging in our businesses. And I'm going to walk us through some conversations on how to start conversations, how to have conversations, and how to follow up conversations, and on an authentic and genuine way that really helps us build relationship in this business. And then we're going to end the call with our January transformation details. So stay tuned until the end. Oh, hi. Make sure you're on mute if you're coming in. Thank you. And let me see. I am waiting for our dear sister, Mikkel. She is going to actually lead our meditation today. One of the things that I love most about this business, let me just make sure she's able to pop on, is that we really get to collaborate with each other, and we really get to leverage each other's strengths and skills and talents and really bring them forth in our business. So Mikkel is actually my direct upline, and she's an inspiration for many, many reasons. And one of the beautiful gifts she offers to this world is being able to lead beautiful meditations and guide people to a way that brings them in alignment with themselves and their visions and how they're showing up in this world. So we're going to start with kind of that embodiment practice today of really getting in our bodies. And Mikkel, are you on? You can go ahead and take it away for our meditation if you're here. Oh,
there you go. I unmuted. I'm here. Aloha. Aloha, everybody. I'm Mikkel Anna, and I can't actually see anyone because I'm on my phone. So had a little bit of trouble getting on there for a minute. Thank you so much. Happy Monday to everybody. Thank you, Mary Beth, for having me here today. And what we're going to do, we're going to jump right in because I know Mary has a packed call for you guys. So what we want to do is just set the intention for our week. We're leading into a really big week. 7 days from now is the solstice and a really big shift of energy. So we want to bring ourselves deeper into what we're creating in this time. So we're going to start with a little bookend. You can use these meditations in any way. We're going to start with a beginning and end with something. You can do that same thing each time and do other things inside, just as a little note. Okay, so if you wouldn't mind just taking some deep breaths and closing your eyes. And just beginning to feel yourself present here and now with your body, mind, and spirit. And envision yourself in the center of your head, between your eyes and forehead. And imagine there's a beautiful sacred space here. Beautiful place for you to create anything you want. It can be outside, a palace, anything you see. You can create this space more and more as you visit it, but for this moment, just go ahead and find this space in the center of your head. And from this place, envision roots of a tree growing down from your sacrum, down through the earth, down through the magma and the lava, all the way to the very center of the planet. And just allow those roots to connect deeply into this quartz crystal, this brilliant light. And as it does, it just becomes like a vacuum, releasing anything you don't need today, here and now, out of your being. Using your breath as you exhale anything out. Remaining in the center of your head, envisioning a column of light extending up from the top of your head, rising up to this beautiful red ruby heart deep in the ethers, the God of your heart, connecting into this heart here and now. As you do, beginning to feel a safety, connection, grace, love. Breathing this in as you just exhale, see a golden lasso of light wrap around that red ruby heart, down around that column of light, around your body, around your grounding, all the way to the center of the earth. Here in this space, in the center of your head, you just intentionalize now to release all transmuted energies, any energy that does not belong to you, any information that is not your own, to just release it from yourself. And you're going to exhale your breath out as you do so. And then you're going to also intentionalize, if you have any cords to any sentient beings, that I just here and now cut all cords with all sentient beings, asking that they be connected to the God of their heart as I am connected to the God of mine. And again, using your breath, inhaling and exhaling out, releasing all cords, letting all beings be connected to the God of their heart as you are connected to the God of yours. Just seeing yourself encased in your own beautiful energy, breathing in the love light around you, letting green light kind of start to come into your being as you begin to just breathe into why you are here and what you are creating. What is it that I want to create? We're going to give ourselves a moment to just create. So see a red rose now in front of you. And in this red rose, I want you to go ahead and envision, what is my best and highest life? Without thinking about money or any obstacles, what does it look like? See it now in this red rose. Begin creating this vision. Where do I live? Who's with me? What am I experiencing? I want you to deepen into the feeling you're having as you are there. Begin painting this picture in that red rose in front of you. Envision now and just feel into this feeling of how you feel in this vision. How does it feel to be living in this house with these people? Do I feel loved? Am I feeling invigorated? Am I feeling excited? Sense into what you're feeling. And if any thoughts are coming up that say, oh, you can't have that, you're not worthy, right now put that in, I am worthy of this. Yes, I can have this. Yes, this is mine. Yes, I am worthy. Breathing into that feeling as you start to sense into how does it feel to be living in this vision. What are you feeling in your body? Do you feel ease, grace? So here, just starting to sense into how I feel financially free. Opportunities, situations come to me with effortless ease. I attract abundance and prosperity. Unconditional love and joy are flowing in my life. I experience happiness and connection on a daily basis. I'm experiencing peace and contentment. Feeling into that vision as you feel into these feelings here and now. Breathing that energy through your body of this worthiness. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I am good enough. Yes. And seeing this vision full and vibrant in front of you, releasing anything that is not in alignment with this vision here and now with your out breath, down and out your grounding. And allowing yourself to take this red rose in front of you and turn it into two, double it. And just feeling the magnitude of radiance of how excited and joyful you feel in this vision. And taking one red rose and putting it in your energetic waist belt. And the other one, seeing it in front of you. And all together as we breathe into the joy, the grace, the vibrancy of what you're experiencing. Yes, you choose now to create, to manifest this vision. And with 3 deep breaths, you're going to send out this rose into the ethers, all of us collectively, holding this vision. Where 2 or more are gathered, it shall be done. Breathing 3 deep breaths. Envisioning that love, vibrancy into the vision. Yes, I am worthy. And on that third breath, go ahead and send it out. Just seeing all those roses lift into the air as we hold those visions as a collective to be manifest, as we support one another energetically here and now. And that other rose at your side is now just attracting that energy to you as it just remains in your aura. And just taking 3 deep breaths here and now, just putting a reflective shield of light 20 feet thick inside and out, reflecting all things back to the source in infinite love light around you, this pillar of light. You are now in this pillar of light, reflecting all things away from you. Only love may enter in and out. Breathing into your worthiness, your grace, your divine being, knowing I am free, I am sovereign, I am love. Breathing in, exhaling out anything else that's not needed, and gently opening your external eyes, present and aware and awake from this place.
Thank you so much, Mikkel. You guys can see why I invited her on. She has a true gift for this, and she actually has an amazing meditation channel at Mikkel Anna on YouTube if you guys want to get some more of that embodiment practice happening in your business, because I feel that this is an extremely important, crucial part of our business as well. So thank you so much, Mikkel. Appreciate you being on.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Everybody just wants to drop word in the, I'm having some feedback. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. If everyone wants to drop a word in the comments of how they feel after that meditation, what came up for you? How are you feeling after that? I feel so much more grounded, peaceful, centered, deep. I am worthy. Yes, it's a huge part of this business. Tears of joy, relaxed, empowered, opening, light, grace, integrated, beautiful, inspired. So yes, this is the space in which we want to operate our business from. Oh, make sure you're on mute, everyone, please. Thank you. The reason I love this Monday call and how we start with meditation is because meditation allows us to have that courageous observation of ourselves, and really for us to move in the direction of our dreams, to what Mikkel was saying, know that we are worthy to create what it is we want to create in this world. And in meditation for me, in some sense, it like ups my wattage. It allows me to up my potential, up my openness in my mind, and try to just visualize, what am I creating and how can Purium be a vehicle to really fuel that? So yes, raising our frequency, absolutely. So a big part of this business for me is not only, doing the little tasks and doing our income producing activities, but it's really about like pulling out that brilliance that is in yourself and pulling out that brilliance of your team members so that we can create together, like Mikkel said, in a supported system of vibrancy and love and gratitude and excitement. So if you want to know, for me, what the number one secret to making this business happen is, type a 1 in the comments. If you would like to know, what is the secret? How does it happen? How do you get to be a red diamond or whatever, a crown, whatever it is that your goal is? So for me, it comes down to making a decision, making powerful decisions where you're embodied in your being. Right? And then, of course, yes, we have to follow those decisions up with action. But I loved, who of you can drop a 2 in the comments if you saw the Tuesday night call, I think it was last week, with Leslie Zan and Eric, who just hit crown. Yeah, what he said that really stuck out to me was, make every great accomplishment starts with a big decision. And I totally agree with that. And I think one of the other things he said that I loved is that making decisions is contagious. So For me, when I started my business, I made the decision. I said, you know what, I'm going to give this 1 year of my best attention. And that is my energetic attention, my physical attention, my emotional attention. And I'm going to make the decision to really treat this business like a business. For some reason, network marketing gets this idea that it's like this get rich quick scheme, or like that you don't actually have to do much and you make all this money or whatever. I don't know. But the reality is this is a business just like any other business. And if you really want to have success with it, you've got to commit to yourself. You've got to make the decision to treat this business like a business. And one of the things that I've found is a lot of the times people come into this with maybe 1 foot in, 1 foot out, is there's some lingering fear. And maybe it's a fear of I'm not worthy, or maybe it's a fear of I'm not deserving of this, or whatever it is. But I want to ask you guys, you know, when you look back in your life, what has fear cost you? You know, maybe you can write in the comment one time when you can remember where you didn't do something because you were afraid, and what did that cost you? And I remember when I was coming into Purium, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I didn't understand it. And there were little voices that were like, well, is it going to work? Can you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And had I not just said yes and made the decision, I have no idea where my life would be. 2 years ago, I was struggling in a lot of different capacities. You know, my life was just in a totally different space than it is now. And when I said yes, and I leaned into those fears, and I said yes to this beautiful opportunity that is Purium, I'm now thriving in my life. And I'm now moving beyond fears every single day. And so it really started with that decision to say, yes, I'm going to do this. So my number one suggestion for you all out there is, when you're feeling frustrated in this business, go back to, okay, what is my intention with this business? If I'm feeling frustrated, okay, what is my intention? And when you find what your intention is, then you can move into action. Because behind all frustration lives activation. So if you're finding frustration, that just means there's some activation behind that is waiting to come out, right? And it just needs a portal to do so. So the main way that we come about making decisions in this business, it can be as simple as our I am statements that we start with. And if you're brand new, maybe drop a 2 in the comment if you're brand new, because we have a super simple solution. It's called our action plan for making decisions in this business and setting our intention. So, you know, we do this monthly. Sometimes I rewrite mine every day. I did that whenever I'm going for a big goal. I do find myself rewriting my intention. And this action plan can be found at our onboarding site, superfood.social/partners, password social. And you can print these out for yourself, and you can start making decisions with this business and making your action plan and setting your intention. So one of the things that this action plan helps us to do is to decide, you know, how if I were to do this business and it was going to change my life, what kind of income would that be? You know, like in a month, if I could make this amount of income, how would my life change? Or in 3 months, if I could make this kind of income, or in 1 year, what kind of income would change my life? So I would encourage you guys to write down, if you have a number in your mind of, let's say in 3 months from now, what kind of income would you like to be making in your Purium business? Then I invite you to drop it in the comments, because that's what really helped me to make my first initial decision. Is I had a 1 year goal of, I want to be making $5,000 in a year with this business. That would substantially change my life. And that would give me the motivation to really treat this like a business. And so I had my eye set on something. My eye was on the prize, right? So that's very important to keep in mind as you're setting your intention in this business. And one of the other ways that we can do that is through our I am statements. So if you're brand new, we have a few rank levels in this business, and the ranks are how we move up the pay plan in this business. And if you're brand new, it starts with consultant, which is 1,000 points, director, 2,500 points, executive is 6,000 points, diamond is 15,000, and so on and so forth. So one of the things we can do is have these monthly rank goals that allow us to get to that number that we're looking for in 3 months to a year. So if you've done your I am statement for the month, I'd love for you to type it in there. Say, for example, mine is, I, Mary Beth Fleming, am so grateful, so honored that I am nearly crowned by the end of December 31st. I have over 125,000 points. My team is growing beautifully, and we're working together in such collaborative ways. I am so grateful. So that's my personal I am statement of what I'm going for this month. And it allows me to set my intention. It allows me to know, okay, this is my monetary goal. So I'm moving towards Crown. That's going to help accomplish that. So go ahead and type in your I am statement. And if you're brand new and this is kind of going over your head, this is a great thing to get in touch with your upline with and actually say, hey, I want to create my I am statement. How do I do that? Hey, this is my 3-month financial goal. What does that look like? What does that mean in this business? So to talk about one exciting rank in this business is 10-day Fast Start Consultant. So I love this. I get so excited when people hit 10-day Fast Start Consultant. And what that is from the day you sign up to do this business, if you get 1,000 points in your first 10 days, which looks like selling anywhere from 3 to 5 kits, you can actually get a $100 bonus and have paid your product back and be in profit. And beyond the bonus, that this creates an amazing story for you to start to build your business and start to build your belief and start to build your vision. So I'm going to bring on my beautiful friend, Heather Gleason. She was a customer of mine for quite some time. And then one day she reached out to me and was like, hey, I actually want to try this business. I'm feeling activated. I'm feeling like the time is now. And she came in with that decision of like, I'm deciding to do this. And she ended up hitting 10-day Fast Start Consultant. So Heather, if you are available to hop off, I would love for you just to express what your experience was like that coming into this business, with the mindset of, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm really going to do the steps that it takes to make this business work for me. And how did that help you hit Fast Start Consultant? Are you there, love?
Hey, yeah. Hi, everyone. So thanks, Mary. Yeah, I'd love to share. When I jumped on, I really had no idea what to expect with the business aspect of it. And I was, and you were very supportive and you're like, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, yes, I do. And so just having that excitement in the very beginning was really a great propulsion into, how I got Fast Start Consultant. And some of the things that I did right away is I went live, and I had no idea what Reels were. I didn't have an Instagram page, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going live. I don't know what that means. And so I did 3 lives. One was my why. One was sharing why I am so happy to be part of the community. And the other one was, that I started my 30-day transformation. So just sharing those got a lot of people interested. They were like, what are you doing? What's going on? And I had friends call up and then automatically get some 30-day transformation goodies for themselves. The other thing that I did was to reach out to my warm audience, my friends and family, and they have known my why for some time, what I've been wanting to do for years and years and how it's slowly taking steps in that direction. And then to see my excitement through this and, knowing that this is the way it's going to happen and just being really stoked about it. I was just like, hey guys, this is happening, and they're like, okay, we're supporting you. So that was my Fast Start Consultant.
Yeah, Heather, and
journey.
I think the thing that stood out to me most in your 10-day run was your excitement. Like you were just building it. You're like, this is happening. This is so fun. So the other question I want to ask you is, how are you continuing to use that excitement to help you reach Fast Start Director by the end of the month?
So this is a little bit different. It's not looking at your, the warm audience. You've already kind of used that. And so I'm using all the tools that are available, going to all the Zooms, using tracker sheets, and connecting with as many people as I possibly can. I think in numbers, the more people you talk to, the more response you're going to get. And also using all the tools and organizing things to help me really follow up with people, give them what they need, really listening to what they need, and not so much supporting my why as what I was doing in the consultant area, but helping to support their why now that I'm going to be director. So yeah, and I'm just working on also getting a business brand partner. I need a brand partner, so that's my goal. Maybe even 2 or 3. I had 3 on my action plan, so I think they're coming. I've been calling them for a while. Yeah, and then, you know, creating more posts, more putting more vision into those posts and making them more of value.
Yes, there's a few things in there that you said that I absolutely loved. One was that Christina just highlighted this in the comments, is when I consider bringing on brand partners, it's like the more brand partners I have, the more I'm helping more people hit their whys. And that's when this business gets really fun, is when we're all achieving our whys together. And another thing Christina highlighted, Heather, is you just came into this business just saying yes. Like I was like, well, what about doing this? And you're like, I don't know, but yeah, sure. Or so refreshing to see like the yes, you know, and then seeing how you're already changing your mindset from just consultant to what director looks like and wrapping your head around that. So awesome. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're inspired by Heather and you can feel her excitement and her authenticity. So yeah, lots of love there. Cool. Thank you so much, Heather. Awesome. And the other thing I wanted to highlight that she said was trackers. Yay. So again, you can find our tracker sheets at our onboarding site, superfood.social/partners. And the tracker sheets are so key to this business. I would say my 2 top is number 1, make a decision, and number 2, stay organized. And that's what the tracker sheet is for. So it has all these beautiful categories for us to help us stay engaged in conversations and different ways to be engaged with people. And I'm actually going to bring on another guest here because there's this woman, Camille, in my team who is so dedicated to her tracker. She is constantly, every Friday, she's posting it in our group, and she's saying her takeaways. Every column is always full, and she's just been so consistent with her tracker sheet. And last month she had some amazing growth in her business. She hit executive, she's going for diamond, she's in the green. So Camille, if you're available, I would love to have you come on and just share, you know, how do you stay so organized with the tracker, and how do you use the tracker to kind of fuel your business and the growth you've been seeing? Is she there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Mary. Hi, everyone. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I feel so honored. Well, I just want to say that this tracker sheet is amazing. I've been in network marketing before with one other company, and there was just no structure to the business. And when I said yes to Purium, and you, Mary, said, okay, here's the onboarding email. You need to print out your action plan and your tracker sheet. I was just like, okay, cool. I have something to do. I have some structure that I can follow. I'm not going to be flailing around on my own. And I remember that, several of the leaders are saying, hey, if you want to make it in this business, this is what you need to do. You need to do your tracker sheet. Like, this is the system that we've put in place for you. It's easy to do. And, it's right here before you. And so, like, for me, I really took that to heart. Like I said, that this is something easy that we can do. It's attainable, and it's really a gift to not have to figure out how to do it. And so I've kind of switched it up, just to make it fun. When I was going for my director run a few months back, I was really like highlighting things on my tracker and saying, these are the brand partners that I want to call in. And I thought, why am I not doing that again? So I started doing that this week for this tracker sheet. And so far, every everyone that I've highlighted on my tracker sheet has come into my organization, including customers. So I think that when, we're really focusing on these people that are amazing in our lives and that we really want to work with and putting attention and energy towards them, there is that that magnetism that comes about. What I've been having fun doing lately is going through my stories and people that are, watching me and that I haven't really reached out to in the past. I remember Libby had made this suggestion a while back to just like click on their name under your story and just shoot them a hello and just say, hey, how are you doing? And then, like what Sarah would say, throw the ball, see who throws it back. And so just having fun that way, and creating, curiosity and that connection that we're all craving right now. And then, let's see, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah, I've noticed that I can have a lot of outreach in just a short amount of time. And then the other thing that's been really key for me is in the past, I've had some resistance to following up, and it's been like, finding the right time to sit down and really, connect with people in a clear way. And I always have a prayer every morning, and I sit down and do my devotion. And I thought, why not just reach out to people and respond to them fresh out of that prayer. And that's the time when I'm the most open. That's the time when I have the most to give. And it doesn't take too much just to, do a quick follow-up and continue the conversation. And then I can go throughout my day, and if they respond back, just shoot them another quick message and, just kind of keep it going. Yeah, so I'm dedicated to the tracker sheet. It's an amazing tool that we have, and I would just suggest that everyone use it, because we have it. It's such a simple system, and it's a great way to stay organized. And then another thing is when you, when you're at a loss and you don't really know who to connect with, say you've already reached out to everybody that's in your immediate audience, to go back to these tracker sheets from a few weeks past, or a couple of months past, whatever it is, and say who did I forget to respond to, or who's really on my heart right now, and just go through. And I mean, there's literally thousands of people if you're keeping track of it. So that's been what I've been enjoying about it, and what's been working for me.
Yeah, Camille, that's awesome. And I totally will agree with that, having them on file, because that's how I hit consultant, director, executive diamond, was having those tracker sheets that I could go back through and be like, oh, I forgot about that person, or, oh yeah, I reached out to that person. And something I loved you said in your takeaway post was it's encouraging you to get even more organized having the tracker sheet. And now you've started setting reminders on your phone about follow-ups. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, there was a couple people that I had meant to reach out to, because they had sent me this long message, and I knew it was going to involve some more energy than just a quick response, and I kept forgetting to reach out to them. Finally, I said, you know what? Why didn't I do this sooner? I'm just going to put a reminder on my phone, so tomorrow morning when I'm fresh out of prayer, I can make sure and respond back to them. So I just put it on my calendar, and set an alert for a certain time, and it helped. So that's been something I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? It's kind of a no-brainer, but for some reason I never thought about it. But yeah, it's definitely helpful.
Awesome. I love that. And thank you. Camille is one of those people on my team that when I see her tracker, I'm like, oh, I got to make my tracker look like hers. So she inspires me. So I love that, again, about this business, how we can inspire each other, whether we're in their upline, downline, sideline. So I also am seeing, Camille, in the comments, how people are loving that prayer. And that's so true. Again, it starts with the meditation, the prayer of getting grounded before you start digging into the names on your tracker, so you can really get connected with who is on my heart and who am I going to reach out to, and having your tracker be part of your, space in the morning when you're finding that time and that space and that grace. So beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Camille. So one of the questions I get often is, Well, how do we start finding names to put on the tracker? So that starts with our action plan, right? Where Heather was talking about, you start with your warm market, you start with the people that first come to mind, you start making your list. And then as you start to build your business, there's lots of other creative ways to start reaching out and starting new conversations with people you don't even know, or people that are maybe following you on social media. And one of the great ways to start creating new lists for your tracker sheet right now is the Widen Your Reach promotion. So if you're not currently taking advantage of this promotion, it's phenomenal. The company is giving us free points to do what we're supposed to do anyway to grow our business. And so you can do lives, you can do Zoom interviews, you can do reels, and start generating some sort of presence online. And then whoever likes those videos, whoever comments on those videos, that's an opportunity to reach out and start a new conversation. One thing that I've been doing is I've been doing my, at least 3 lives a week and going on and seeing who's like that. And I've just been reaching out to them and saying, hey, how are you? I so appreciate you liking my live, and I'm curious if you got anything from it. This is kind of a growth edge for me. I'm developing more of an online presence, and I appreciate your support. Just being real and authentic and starting these conversations. And I'm going to bring on another voice because my sister Rita Jean, she's gotten really creative with the Widen Your Reach promotion. And she started really expanding her network through doing interviews. And she's been going out and saying, who am I most inspired by? Who do I actually want to build a business with? Who motivates me? Who's doing work out in the world that I'm just like, wow, they're amazing. And she's asking to interview them. And she's also jumping into other people's live interviews and like connecting and finding creative ways to develop her network on social media. So Rita, if you're available, I'd love for you to come on and just tell everyone, how are you really utilizing the Widen Your Reach promotion, and specifically, how are these interviews going for you?
Thanks so much, Mary. I'm loving this call and your guidance. And yeah, I just basically was thinking, what am I inspired by? What topics interest me? Who inspires me? And there's a long list, from entrepreneurs that inspire me to different doctors, to people that are doing deep like trauma healing work, to dancers who are doing activism work. It's a long list as far as inspirations go. And I thought, well, I really want to support these people in getting their message out there. I'd love to interview them so that they can share what they're up to, if they have any neat things that are happening and how they got into these passions, what inspired them to go down this line of work, and hear their stories, because again, stories are that's how we all learn, is from stories. And so that's been really fun and rewarding and fulfilling to me, because it's all things that I'm curious about and that I want to learn more about. And I want to uplift their voice and their gifts, and what they're doing in the world, because it's inspiring. And through that, I've been able to develop a lot of incredible new relationships and new networks. One woman I interviewed was Dr. Valerie, and she's doing a lot of trauma healing around multi-generational trauma healing to help women specifically step into their own greatness and gifts. And I thought that was incredible. So I read her book, and I had friends that were having breakthroughs through her works. And so I kept sharing her events. I kept tagging friends on what she was doing. And she noticed, she's like, thank you so much for sharing. And I developed a relationship with her. And then I asked her if she'd be open to do a live where I could really help her share her message further. And so she got me in contact with her scheduling person, and we did a live, and it went really well. And now I reached out to her again because we found like there was a lot of mutual inspirations and connections in the work that we were each doing individually. So now I have a follow-up where I'm going to schedule another call with her just to see how we can support each other's work deeper and further. And I don't know exactly where it will go. I don't know if it will lead into Purium or not, but it's along the lines and threads of using nutrition to heal for trauma. So for me, it's really about expanding my network, my reach, my community, sharing and uplifting other people's voices of what they're inspired and passionate about. And through that, I'm building a lot of bridges and making some really inspiring connections, and also just it's great when you're speaking to these different subjects, you can become a bit of even a thought leader on them. So then engaging even deeper in that community. So those are a few of the things I've been doing, and it's really based in how can I uplift other people's voices and services and gifts and things that they're doing in the world.
Yeah, you emulate that so beautifully. And again, it's like what Heather was saying, how can I uplift others' whys to create my own why? And even if, let's say, Dr. Valerie doesn't do Purium or join it, the idea is that Rita's building that presence online, and she's becoming like, people are seeing her posture herself as this is what I'm doing. And someone might watch the live and be like, whoa, that was such a cool interview you did. What do you do? Right? So she's creating this different kind of engagement. And because of that, Rita almost hit UBT last week. So if you don't know what UBT is, it's the company also gives us free points if you enroll a brand partner with the Smart Order, if you enroll 3 of them from the time period of Saturday morning to Friday night. And that's the same time period our Widen Your Reach promotion goes as well. And it's, if you really want to build your business and like treat this business like a business, that's what it is. It's finding brand partners that are excited about what you're doing and excited to collaborate with you and be motivated together to create your dreams together. So I think Rita's finding a way to use the system to be really creative also. So thank you, Rita, for sharing, and maybe drop your Instagram handle in the chat so people can go see what you're doing. So yeah, beautiful. So on that note, I get the question a lot of like, okay, so I'm starting to build the engagement. Like I have the list. I've gone through my warm market. Like, how do I actually start conversations with people about this? And so I wanted to share my 3 thoughts on what I ask myself before I start conversations. So number 1, if I'm going into starting a conversation, and if I'm anyway feeling like I'm trying to prove or protect or defend or convince or hide, like if I'm having any of that energy going into a conversation, I just stop, I take a deep breath, I reground, and I figure out how to switch that and just kind of throw that out, actually, because we don't want to convince anybody of anything of what we're doing here. Like we really just want to uplift each other and uplift what we have. And what I like to think of ourselves as is kind of messengers of information, where we're just putting out what we're doing into the world, like Rita is on her lives, and just seeing who that resonates with. When I was introduced to Purium, I had lots of things I was praying for. I was praying for an at-home income stream. I was praying for more time freedom. I was praying for something to do that would be in alignment with what I'm passionate about so I could make an impact and an income. I was praying for a community that would really uplift me. And if someone would have said, oh, the solution you're looking for is actually in this network marketing company called Purium, I would have been like, what are you talking about, right? But it just so happened that I was just introduced to the information, and I was so Christina basically was like, why don't you just check it out a little bit more? Like, just see what this is about. And so Christina, when she shared this opportunity with me, just more or less shared the information and was like, hey, this is something that's really helped me and my family. Maybe there's a solution in there for you too, right? She wasn't trying to convince me of anything or defend it or do any of that. She was just opening up an opportunity. And that's what and got me in. And now I'm so grateful. You know, it was my prayer, my answered prayer. So that's number 1. I ask myself, am I trying to convince? Am I coming from like a proving or a defending mentality? And if so, rethink that, right? The number 2nd thing I ask myself when I'm starting a conversation is, am I speaking my own truth? Am I coming off in a way that is genuine and authentic and sharing from personal experience? So I think the number 1 thing that we have in this business is to share your personal experience and your personal story. Don't try to be like anybody else. A huge part of this business is just learning to activate your own voice and your own brilliance, like I was talking about in the beginning, and being vulnerable enough to share that with people. Because when it comes down to it, people really just want to build a relationship and see who you are. And if they decide to do Purium, most of the time it's not because right away they see that it's like this amazing thing. Sometimes people do, but usually it's because they trust you and they see you speaking your voice and being you. And they're like, wow, I'm seeing that whatever Mary's doing is really up-leveling her life, right? And so the more authentic you can be, the more activated in your own presence, in your own voice, speaking your own truth, not trying to be like anyone else, the more, you're going to attract that same type of energy into your business. So that's number 2 is, am I speaking my own truth? Am I coming from an authentic, heartfelt space? And then the third question I ask myself before engaging in conversations is, if I were to send this message to me, how would I feel about that? Like how do I want to feel after this encounter? And whenever I send someone a message, usually I want to feel excited and joyful and have a good experience. So if I'm creating a message, and sometimes I do this with my sideline, downline, upline, I create a message and I'm like, hey, I'm about to send this to someone. How does that make you feel? Right? Because I just want to know what kind of feeling is coming off of that. And that's what our team support is for. If you're crafting messages and you're not sure how it's sounding, or if it's too much, or if it's not enough, to use your team for feedback. And just ask yourself that question of, how would I feel if I received this message, right? So those are kind of like my 3 tips on how to actually get in those conversations. And once the conversations actually start, there's another, 2 things that I think are crucial for keeping the conversation going and keeping it moving into that relationship building phase is, number 1, just listening. So once the conversation is started, not to just be like spewing information at people and like, oh, and I'm so excited about this, and the spirulina has this much protein and blah, 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 right? No, we just want to actually listen to people and say, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Like, figure out what's going on in people's lives, because what people are seeking most, I think, right now is connection. So we listen to people and we ask them questions. The number 1 phrase that has helped me the most in my business success here is be more interested than interesting, right? Be more interested in what's going on in the other person's life. And then that you might find that they say something like, oh, I'm doing good, but I lost my job, or, hey, yeah, I'm doing good, but I've gained the 15 pounds. And then you just keep asking questions like, oh, I'm sorry you lost your job. Have you found any other potential solutions? Or, you just try to keep engaging with them. And one phrase that Sarah Rylander shared with me in the beginning was the feel, felt, found. So if you're in that following up phase and you're trying to figure out how to continue the conversation, how to ask good questions, using the feel, felt, found. So I feel you. I feel that you're saying you're stressed out because you lost your job. And you know what? I felt the same way, because 6 months ago, I actually lost my job too. And it was really scary and I didn't know what I was going to do. And to my surprise, I've actually found a community that has really helped me uplift myself out of that space. And I'm actually starting to develop an income from home that's helping me to ease that fear, right? Or whatever it is, right? Like really feel, felt, found. And when you do, the found piece is so important, because that's when you have that opening of to what you have found that's helping you, whether it's the nutrition or the business or the community or the mission, right? That found piece is really essential, and it can help you start the conversation really easily and gracefully and just organically. So those are kind of my tips for being in the conversation. And then, another phrase that we often hear in this business is the pace, lead, and empower. So continue to pace with people. Some people are going to be excited right now. Some people aren't going to be excited for 8 months. Some people are going to say no and come back around, so it's really important that we're just engaging in as many conversations as we can, so that we're not stuck on any one person saying yes right now, and we're just pacing with people. Part of the pace, lead, empower is to compliment people like Rita did, as, hey, I see that you're showing up in this world. I see the work that you're doing in the world. Would you, I'm curious, like, how did you get started doing that? Or in edifying them, like showing people that you see them, because if you want to be seen for what you're doing as a business professional in Purium, you also need to be able to see what other people are doing and engage authentically with that. So those are my little tips of conversating and how to kind of get into that heart-centered place. And once you start having those conversations and your people are coming back to you with, you've had engaging questions, and now people are starting to ask you questions. Well, what are you up to? What are you doing? The number one tool that I would say we have in this business is Connect Call, right? It's such an amazing thing to leverage. Is you don't have to know everything, especially if you're just joining us and there's a lot of information we're sharing. That's what your team is for. Your team is there to share their experience, share their knowledge, share their skills. So if you're in conversations and people are starting to ask you a lot of questions, that's a perfect opportunity to invite them to a Connect Call with your colleague or your mentor or your friend and get them connected so that we can explore if Purium has a potential solution for them. So the Connect Call, to me, is really what makes this business very duplicatable. And it's one of the things that we can leverage to work smarter, not harder. So these are kind of new concepts to me. I'm not sure, drop a 2 in the comments if you were, when you first joined, or if you're brand new, this concept of leverage and duplication, what is that, right? I didn't quite understand what that meant. And what I realized is leverage and duplication are the 2 keys to building residual income. Because what leverage basically means is it using the systems that are in place to maximize your advantage. So using the tracker sheet, using the action plan, using the I am statements, using the promotions, widen your reach, and the UBT, using your team support and Connect Calls. All the things that are in place are here to help you leverage so that you don't have to do it on your own. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to come up with new thoughts and ideas. You can be creative in the systems, but using the system to help you work smarter and not harder. And then duplicate simply just means to repeat. So you do that, you teach someone to do that, they teach someone to do that, and so on and so forth. And that's where the many hands makes light work starts to come in. So if you're confused about the idea of duplication and leverage, I would encourage you to study it a little bit more. I looked it up in the dictionary. It was what does that actually mean? How do I implement this in my business? And think to yourself, maybe you can even drop in the comments, what are some of the key things we do in this business that are duplicatable and that we can leverage, right? So maybe drop some thoughts in the chats. I would love to hear where you guys are on that. And one of the biggest things that we have coming up that you can leverage and duplicate within your team is the January transformation. So I'm going to jump into that because we have 2 really amazing events to leverage right now. We have our business retreat, virtual business retreat, happening at superfood.social. And if you hopped on early, I was encouraging everyone to go over there and check out the videos that are being produced by the leaders, myself and Rita and Tala, and everyone has been on there giving free business advice. So this is such a great tool to leverage if you're trying to bring in brand partners into your business, reaching out to people hey, I'm really lit up about my business right now because we're doing this virtual business retreat. And I just watched one of the leaders in my company do this video and it made me think of you. Curious if you want to check it out. I'd love to hear your thoughts, right? Or sending people to the page so they can get an idea of the training we do here and the type of upliftment we do for each other. So that's one really crucial thing to be leveraging right now to grow your business and bring brand partners into your business. And then the second thing is our January transformation. So drop a 1 in the comments if you saw the rollout of the information last night. We were posting it in team feeds and on the Bliss Ohana page. So our theme for our January transformation is Shine On. And it's all about, it's not so much on the emphasis of cleansing and detoxifying, but we're more emphasizing how can we shine from the inside out? How can we uplift each other? How can we enhance this vibrancy within so that we can move into the new year with more light and more love and more energy and more excitement and more passion? So I love what Stephanie Dawn said about kind of more of a nutritional makeover of really feeding ourselves that physical nourishment so that we can then feed our audiences and feed our families and feed our communities with our inner radiance and our inner vibrancy. So how we're doing it is we're inviting people. You can start, Rebecca Hall made that beautiful Facebook event page or invite page. If you haven't seen it yet, get with your upline, they can get it to you. And you can just start inviting people to that. We don't suggest that you post that on your page, but rather in the conversations you're having with people, let people know that you're co-hosting a transformation and curious if they'd want to check it out, and then you can send them the invite link if they say yes, and starting to invite with that. And people were encouraging, like if people want to get on starting on a core 4 now, absolutely start doing it. Start bringing in that nourishment now so that we can have optimal shine in January. And basically what it's going to look like is we're hoping people will have ordered and at the minimum start a core 4 by January 1st so that we can all be moving into the more accelerated version and the colon cleanse by January 11th. So Rebecca Hall, I'm not sure if she's on here. I know she's.
Hey, babe.
Hey,
I'm here. I've been in the black box.
Do you want to just elaborate a little bit more on the information?
Yeah. Damn, girl, you're just like shining over there as a leader. It's so nice to hear how you've developed, hon. It's just awesome. Thank you, Mary. Give her some love. You're so awesome, babe. Yeah, I'm super excited about the Shine On. This is really what our company is set up for. We are in the transformation season, and I don't know who came in on a New Year's transformation. If you did, you can drop a 1 in the comments. So definitely letting people know that you are in the business of people are going to start looking for cleansers and health resets. So don't be afraid to share. Yeah, Mary's amazing. Don't be afraid to let people know what you're doing. They're going to come back to you and they're like, who had that green drink? Who's been doing those transformations? What was that story again? So don't be afraid to let people know. And we did decide to do it Facebook and have an invite on Facebook and an invite on Instagram just to have a massive impact. And the way that will look is that we'll go simultaneously live in the Facebook invite and on superfood.social. You only need to be on one. It's okay. And you only need to tag your friend or share the information from either one of the groups, which is fine. Like Mary said, try not to spam people, and then don't just put that invite straight on your wall. Just start sharing stories. You can keep it really simple. A lot of people are visual because it's just information overload these days. So people love to see before and afters with just a little blurb, reduce bloating, or, if you want to check out my just simple story on my Instagram page, it's at Rebecca Hall Kauai, and also I have one on Facebook, just really simple. What else was I going to say here, Mary, really quick? Hold on. I have it right in front of me. And then really quickly, so we will be hosting a live information call on December 22nd, we decided, because most people have Christmas Eve with family. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Hawaii, 4 Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern Standard. And we'll be announcing how to enter the giveaway, what that looks like. If someone orders a pack between now and then and they win, they'll get a reimbursement. So the giveaway will be a pack of their choice, and the packs will be Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, Family Nutrition, or the Holistic Athlete pack. And yeah, it's all in the invitation, guys. So go check it out. I can drop that right here too for everyone. And I think that's it, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Bex. And
yeah, no worries.
Highlight how she's saying share stories, share your experience, what's been going on for you, how your life has changed since incorporating these superfoods. That's the best way to get people excited. And it's the first time that we've kind of let people, pick their pack. So if someone wins the giveaway, they can decide, do they want to do the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation or the family pack? We really want to suit it to people's needs. So Rita also created these amazing graphics. If you haven't seen them, get with your upline. These you can leverage. She even created a reel for us. All you got to do is add music, and it's beautiful. So yeah, start leveraging that and share that with your team to duplicate and let's see how many lives we can help shine on in January. So I think that's all I had for us today. Thank you everyone for showing up, and yeah, excited to be here with you, excited to grow with you, excited to shine with you. And again, let's just drop some love for all our sharers today. And I hope you all have a beautiful Monday. Oh, I do know what the last thing I wanted to say was. If you have not yet followed up with all your customers from the end of November, we had the highest sales in the company history. So I'm sure there's a lot of customers that ordered the end of November that you could reach out to and, you know, let them know about the transformation too. That would be probably your easiest warm market to get started, and then just continue on from there. So beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks.